Hey guys, this is the continuation.
What else did they say?
This is the continuation. I'm gonna go through it quick. I'm just gonna hit some highlights, all right, of some things I want to cover real fast on the end of this. Hopefully the audio won't be too bad. It'll be me plus the audio from the TV.
He said, "Can you give this to the public records coordinator?" Because I didn't know who they wanted to give it to.
Then he said he has a knife, and if I don't do what he says, he's gonna cut me into little pieces. Then he said, I'm burning this place to the ground. Then he said, I'm going to blow this mofo up. Then he said, look, punk, I know where you live. I don't like Asian people, all right? You're going down. Did you hear any of those things coming out of his mouth? The man is literally shaking in his boots, okay? Terrified over a records request, okay? A records request. Even if they don't accept them there, every government office is supposed to accept them and then forward them on. He should have been trained on that, even if he wasn't. Well, sir, you know what? It sounds like you're asking for something that is beyond my area of expertise. Please give me a couple moments. I'm going to go and get someone who can help you. What is so hard about that? Okay, how much customer service training does it take to teach you? You just tell the person you want to help them, but you go get someone who's more qualified. What is with this freak out, call 911, I feel threatened stuff? Who threatened him? At what point was he threatened?
Do you know who the public coordinator's name is? And then I said, no, but do you know so I can send it to him? Because I want to do my job of sending it to the correct people. And they said, well, if you're going to take this, can you at least stamp that you have taken it? But before that,
Can you imagine that? Oh my God, how horrible. He wanted a receipt for having turned in documents to a government entity.
accused me of not taking it. Okay. So
They accused him of not taking it. No. If you watch the video, you can clearly hear him say, and that he goes, no, I want you to. So you don't want me to take it? And that's what this guy said right here, Andy. He said, so you don't want me to take it? And Surveyor Raw said, no, I want you to take it. But if you don't want to take it, just tell me you don't want to take it, and then I'll take it back and go take it somewhere else. Very simple. And that was when Mrs. Superwoman came in and started snapping her fingers and ordering him to go to the back, as if his life was being threatened.
came with you with a public records request, or with
She did the right thing for a terrorist attack, for a bomb threat. She did the right thing.
this saying they want public records request, and they said they want our public records. They want your public records. I don't even know what public records they want. Okay. They kind of repeat the same thing, right? So that's all they said, and then what? And then it sounds like this might be what they're looking for, but funding breakdown of tolls. I don't think we're supposed to even give that. Okay. And what did you what did they say after they gave you this? They wouldn't say anything else if they want your public records. You know, I was saying this is kind of confrontational, right?
And God, he's so scared.
Right? And then he started filming even more. Right?
He started filming. Okay. Hey guys. He didn't just film the amount of filming that he was filming. No, he started filming even more. It went from the 1 minute mark to the 2 minute mark. Oh my God, you cannot make this stuff up. Okay, and then after I told him that, then he started filming even more. I love it. Oh man. Oh, these poor people.
I was like, well, if you want me to help you, I'll show you everything on Google. And I showed my screen going on Google to look this up. Yeah. On how to send it to these people. And he's.
What did the bad man do to you, Johnny? Well, first he filmed me, and I told him to stop. And after that, go ahead, son. He filmed me some more.
And then I was asking more questions as to, do you know who this coordinator is? Do you know that the city light is part of the Seattle government? So there's like 26 different departments. Right. Have you gone to the Customer Service Bureau in City Hall? Right. Or SMT? Right. Or City Light?
Blah, 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 blah.
Like, yes, but then you... Is there any way other than going through the lobby so we don't have to... Because I feel like if... I'm going to show this to my supervisor, and I feel like if they... see me with this, it'll become more of an issue. So
Boom, there's the conspiracy, you guys. There's the conspiracy right there. 2 or more people conspired to take the records that Surveyor Raw was trying to submit and to use them somehow as evidence of I can't bring myself to say a crime. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not able to. But as evidence of something.
just
What a little boy. You're a little boy, McElroy. You're a boy.
oh yeah, I mean that's pretty understandable. Yeah.
Shut up. All right, here it is. Here's where he tells the supervisor, thanks for coming out. Let me give you the rundown. Here's how many we got dead. Here's how many we got wounded. Here's where he gives him the rundown. All right, supervisor, listen carefully. Okay, we need your expertise here. This is what's going on. You ready for it? Here it comes.
So yesterday I dealt with the female. She was here by herself. She basically said yesterday, I'm trying to recall what happened yesterday. Yeah, this is the paperwork they brought in today, asking for public records. And then they weren't really saying anything else. They just kept saying we want public records. And then when the guy Googled this,
They weren't saying anything else. I didn't just spend 5 minutes talking to Andy to find out everything that they said. No, they weren't saying anything else. They just kept saying we want public records. How menacing. How threatening.
then they said that
Please tell me you're not holding my property.
I am. Well, we're trying to understand the situation, okay?
Step back right now. Step back away from us.
Okay. So yesterday she didn't have business being
my
here.
property.
So anyway, so trying to figure out what they were doing here yesterday. She doesn't have any business, so they came in today with three of them total with this piece of paper. He couldn't find anything regarding this, and the only thing the gentleman was saying that he wanted
Oh, now he's a gentleman.
public records. So when he Googled this, he couldn't find anything.
Okay.
And so then when he tried to speak with him, he became more confrontational. And
More confrontational.
the closer to the glass, and so now the staff members feel uncomfortable. So they're kind of in the back right now.
Any threats?
Not that I'm aware.
Being a witness to a false
Because a camera can shatter bulletproof glass just by pointing at it.
report. Anyway, no threats were made. When I asked if they had any business, the gentleman that's currently in there wouldn't answer me. He said that he was here for this, but they're trying to figure out exactly what this is, which is why they gave it to us.
All right.
I was giving it to you to see if you might know what it
In the
is.
first sentence, what
So
it is. Do they have PDR?
It's in the first sentence what it is.
I don't think so. I'm not sure, and the employee that I spoke with is not sure about that as well. So
Can they check into that?
yeah, I'll check into that with them.
I just want you to hear this lady making these false statements. You can watch the rest on the body cam footage
Just
yourself.
what I can gather, it's kind of they just want confrontation because the female had no purpose being here yesterday. But I guess now they found the reason, so now they wanted to come and present this, whatever this is.
That is Jonathan McElroy, badge number 8591's explanation of the First Amendment of the United States Constitution, that even though he was probably unconscious or not even present that day, swore an oath to uphold, okay? The First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, freedom of the press, the right to peacefully assemble and to redress for grievances. Sorry, someone was walking in the door. His interpretation of that was no purpose to be here. Okay? Instead of saying, look, ma'am, I'm very sorry that you're so upset. Okay? I'm sure you can speak to your supervisor, whatever you need to do, call the employee helpline, get some counseling, take a Xanax. But these people technically have the right to be here because it's covered under the First Amendment. He never acknowledged it. He said they don't have a right to be here, no purpose to be here, and they just want to be confrontational. Whatever that even means. He's making a legal determination, not based on facts.
According to Andy, that's right. He couldn't find anything on Google regarding this. Do you know anything about the public records request?
That would be downtown,
Downtown, and that's the Customer Service Bureau.
east side of the property. They were walking.
So, what do you want us to do?
Listen
I would like
carefully.
to get their personal information, their phone numbers and addresses, whatever we can get. I need to make people above me aware of what's going on and right my own report. I would like a police report from you, a second one for today's events.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I don't know if I can copy of that, but if I
I
do.
can give you. I'll explain all that to you afterwards.
Okay.
But you just want them trespassed from the property.
Correct.
Okay.
They're not welcome here. They're videotaping on private property in their homes.
Whoa! Videotaping on private property, you guys. Publicly funded, publicly paid for. Okay, she literally cashes money that I give her, and she's saying they are videotaping. They're not welcome here. It's private property. Where do you think Officer Dum Dum over here got that idea from? This little baby.
Us as well as our customers in the lobby right now.
Right.
We don't feel safe.
Real quick.
We don't feel safe behind our bulletproof glass with 14 cops here.
She was out by her car.
Now they're concerned about the lady. Here's Brendan Armstrong. You finally arrived.
I was here yesterday.
Yeah,
so
I heard.
Yeah, so I spoke with her. I wrote a report on that. I didn't really know what I had as far
I'm going to
as.
say this real quick. Brendan Armstrong actually seems like he might be a cool guy. Okay, just his body language, his demeanor. He seems like if he wasn't licking the cop's butt cheeks, he might actually listen to reason. If we were to be able to go back there and say, hey, bud, have a seat. Let's just chit-chat real quick, okay? Here's why we're here. This is what we're doing. This is why it's legal. And this is why you need to leave us the hell alone and tell these cops to go kick rocks. Okay, I believe that we could have gotten him to very politely and professionally and with using diplomacy told the cops, you know what, I'm sorry, it's been a misunderstanding. They're only here to record. It's a First Amendment audit. We failed miserably, and you guys need to go ahead and leave so that we don't get a lawsuit for your actions. That's what should have happened this day. But we were already gone by this time, and so all you got to hear was the ridiculous ramblings of a little baby sucking his thumb.
Crime-wise until after I spoke with her, but by that time, the woman had already left, and I couldn't get her information. So today,
In other words, you suck, all right? You're a pussy, you weak-ass bitch. You failed at your job. You didn't even have the balls to arrest a lady or to get her to give you your information. If you're going to be a tyrant, be a tyrant. Don't be a half-ass, all right? I'd have more respect for you if you at least did that, pussy.
they're claiming that they have business to conduct, but they're kind of being confrontational about it. So it
Shut
kind
up.
of makes me assume that they really just want to be confrontational. But he gave them this form, and they Googled it, and they're like, we don't know what this is, and plus, they don't give public disclosure requests here. They have to go downtown.
You guys can
So
watch the
I'll
rest
address
on your
that
own, but I want you to watch this
I'll
last part
send
right
them
here,
their
okay?
information.
This is where they're trying to figure out who was at fault.
Because I was repeating things that I heard you say, and so
Terry's just backpedaling, okay? He wants everyone to love him. He's a nice guy. Even though he was very ignorant as well and didn't realize that the First Amendment trumps all this stupid bullshit that McElroy's involved in. But he said that I was the one who started things because I got personal, calling him a moron. And what these idiots and morons didn't realize is I wasn't just being mean. I wasn't referencing their appearance or their mental intelligence. What I was talking about is the fact that they didn't know when they should know. Of all people who should know, they did not know that publicly funded property means we have the right to be there and record. That was why I called him a moron. I wasn't literally saying the man was a clinical moron. That's how much of a moron he is. Now, I'm actually saying it, that he didn't realize that. And I tried to explain it to him, and he went right over his head.
I have
And that wasn't a joke about his height.
I have more of a diluted version. So what I kept saying to them was,
So here at the end,
Paul told me to say this house.
You know, this is actually. This is my first time being.
no shit, Sherlock. This is your first time doing anything.
With something like this, where
Well, yeah,
I mean,
This is your first time putting your shoes on in the morning.
I mean, I get filmed all the time, so it's not that big of a deal.
so I would say that it happens every day, just not in our precinct.
Right?
But
Oh
there's
yeah.
still- I mean, this has become.
Listen to this, guys. A minute ago, and you can watch this for yourself. I don't want to make this too long. It's already too long. He says, yeah, as soon as they start getting personal like that and calling me names, I just tune them out. I don't even listen. And then he tries to quote a Bible verse with his little Georgia accent. Okay. And then at the end, listen to what he says. Mr. Oh, I'm above. I take the high road. Okay. I don't listen to people insulting me. I just take the high road. Listen to this.
Yeah.
And that's what this is. This is people filming their YouTube page.
Right, yeah, and that's all it is. And they try to get a rise out of you. And when you realize that, it helps you keep calmer because they're trying to be confrontational. And you know, if they want to crawl out of their mom's basement once every 6 months and do something like this, and you know, That's their right. They can do it.
If they want to crawl out of their mother's basement every 6 months and do something like this, now what is that? Do you believe that that is professional language for a police officer? That is his opinion of someone who has not broken a law, but who just has refused to talk to him, which is their absolute Fourth and Fifth Amendment right. That our whole purpose was just to be confrontational, not to audit the First Amendment, not to record in public, not to hold our public officials accountable, but to just simply be confrontational. There are many other ways to be confrontational besides recording your public officials, which is not against the law. So that shows where his mind, what mind space he was in from the moment he arrived, okay? These are losers. These are people who have nothing better to do, don't know what they're doing. They're just in their mom's basement, and every 6 months they crawl out and they do this. So you see, now we're getting to the heart of the matter, okay? Mr. I don't hurl personal insults and I don't respond to that kind of thing. Now that right there is why I'm going to be filing and I'm going to file a separate complaint if I have to, but I'm going to most definitely modify my complaint to include that verbiage he just used, okay? That right there is a professional misconduct complaint, if I've ever heard of one. You do not talk about members of the public that way, especially after you've been running around telling about, I don't know if you know this, you're being recorded, okay? And then he goes and says something outrageously unprofessional like that. He might as well have called me the N-word, okay? That's just as bad. I'm sorry. In my mind, it's just as bad. So that's all I wanted to cover, guys. After he talks about not getting down on their level, and then he goes and says something like that, you're done, buddy. You're done. It's over. All right, thanks, guys.